Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is the part 4 of the Ford F-250 rebuild. So in today's video, my goal is to get all the airbags replaced and get the seats out and install the new airbags in there. As of the fender, I'm still waiting on the fender. Hopefully it should arrive here any day now, but if not, it might take another week or so because they are back ordered for some reason. So without wasting any time, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is remove the seats, and there is 2 plastic covers right here that you have to remove. One, and here is the second one. Looks like that's a number 13. And let's remove the ones from the front as well, and then we will start removing the bolts. Alright guys, so the seat is unbolted, and usually under the seat there is a plug. Usually there's 1 or 2 plugs, but looks like there's only one here. So let's go ahead and take it off. There you guys have it. Seat is ready to come out. So there you have it guys. It is that simple just to remove the seat. It's only 4 bolts and 1 plug underneath, and then I will get this airbag off, and that should be it for this seat. So let's move on to the driver's seat and remove that seat as well. Alrighty guys, so the driver's seat is out, and now my next step will be removing this seat belt. So let's get started. Alright guys, the seat belt is out, and I will be sending this thing out today. So I'm gonna just lay it down here for now. And I don't have the roof airbags just yet. So in the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and take these old airbags out. Alright guys, one of them is out. Honestly, this is probably one of the easiest seat airbags I've ever took apart. So this was pretty easy. Now let's do the passenger side. Alright guys, so both airbags are out, and now the seat is ready to be sewn. But before I take the seat to the upholstery shop to get it sewed up, I do have to wait until I get the new airbag in, because the airbag sits in first, and then it's like a glove in there, and then boom, closes up, and that's it. Alright, so next I have to get to the airbag module, and if I'm not mistaken, most Fords, it should be under here. So I'm gonna go ahead and disassemble this center console, and it should be under there. Alright guys, so everything is unscrewed, so the module should be underneath. Bam, right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and unscrew it. Let's see what it's holding on. It's a 10. Yeah, I think it's 4 10s, and it should come out. So I was actually wrong. It's 8mm socket. There's 3 8mm bolts in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and unplug this first and then take the bolts out, and we'll get the module out. So as I always like to mention, always put the bolts back in their place. That way nothing gets lost. I did the same thing with the seat bolts right here. And here's the module. I took it out. I'm gonna go ahead and send this out with the seat belt so they can reset and reprogram the stuff. And then after that, we will be installing them. But it takes about 3 to 4 business days. So as of now, I'm gonna go ahead and pause the video right here until my roof airbags show up, and then I will be replacing them. Alrighty guys, I got some good news. The Fender finally showed up at the dealership. I already went ahead and picked it up. Let me go ahead and bring the box in here. We'll unbox it. We'll mount on the Fender, and I think we are gonna be ready to take the truck to the paint shop. It sucks we have to paint this Fender, but the junkyard kind of set me up with that Fender, but it is what it is. So let's get to unboxing that Fender. Dang guys, check this thing out. Brand new original Fender. Man, I love getting original parts. There is a couple little scuffs here. I'm not sure if that's from the factory or from the packaging. And it doesn't look like they're light. They're a little bit deeper than it looks like on the camera, but I'm pretty sure my painter can take care of that for me. But the Fender looks really good. This is aluminum Fender, so let's go ahead and try to mount it up and see how the gaps look. Alrighty guys, check this thing out, man. This thing lines up so perfect. These gaps look really good. It might need to come out just a hair here, but I'm not worried about that because my painter will have to take it off to jam the inside. But everything lines up perfectly. All the holes line up, and here is this gap. This is not tightened up yet, but the gap looks really good. So now I'm probably going to mount on the headlight. That way I can at least drive it to his shop. That way I don't have to tow it. So let's go ahead and mount on the headlight. Alright guys, so the headlight is mounted, and now let's see. Let's close the hood. Nice. Man, this thing looks good. Everything lines up perfectly. I'm not going to install the grill or the bumper because if I do install it, the painter will have to remove them, and which means he's going to have to remove the grill to remove the headlight, and to remove the Fender you got to remove the headlight. So it's a long process. I'm just going to leave it as is. Whenever it's painted, I'll bring it back to the shop and I will install everything, complete it, and that is going to be it. But as of right now guys, the roof airbags, they should show up today or tomorrow. I believe one of the boxes or one of them should show up today for sure. The other one maybe tomorrow. But I will be installing that in the next video. So I'm gonna go ahead and start it and pull it out of the shop and take it to the paint shop. I might take some videos while I'm driving just to show you guys how the truck drives and everything. Also a quick update on the wheel. I am still waiting on it. It should be done this week. Today is a Thursday, so hopefully by tomorrow the guy will be done with the rim. If not, it'll be done next week for sure. So before I get the truck out of the shop, I do have to install the driver's seat. That way I can drive comfortably. So let's go ahead and do that, and then we will start heading out. Alrighty guys, here we are heading to the paint shop. We'll see how this thing drives. It's a little bit sketchy. I don't have the front bumper and the grill, but I think we're gonna be alright. As long as it doesn't overheat, we should be alright. Which it shouldn't, because it wasn't hitting the radiator, but I'll keep an eye out on the gauge. And that's what it looks like without a seat here. Guess I'm gonna catch you guys at the paint shop. Right off the bat, guys, I'll tell you right away, he had some cheap tires on here. You can hear them while you're driving. It makes like a weird sound, like it's kind of loud, but I'm not gonna be replacing them because they are still in good shape. But I'm just letting y'all know that what I'm noticing so far. Alright guys, so the truck is finally painted. Now we're gonna go to the paint shop, pick up the truck, and then I'm gonna bring it back to the shop and I'll show you guys the paint job. Alrighty guys, so he painted the fender and the door. Basically he blended he painted the fender and blended the door, and I personally think it looks really good. The paint job turned out really good. There's not really much to look at here. I did get a couple boxes in the other day, so let's see what we got. I already opened them up. There's a roof airbag. This is the driver roof airbag. And then in this box, looks like a new tail light. Let's see what we got here. That's the cap for the rim. And I believe in that box it should be the other roof airbag. Alright guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and start off with adjusting this gap up here and the door gap and button up this whole fender, and then we'll install the front bumper and basically finish off the whole front end. Alrighty guys, the front end is completely assembled and it looks beautiful. This truck just looks so good. I can't wait to get that wheel in finally and install it, and basically it's going to look all around like this, because right now it does have the spare tire on there and it kind of looks funky, but it's only temporary. So now I guess let's go ahead to the rear end, and first off, I'm gonna go ahead and replace this tail light because this one is busted. So let's go ahead and do that. There's two 8mm bolts and it should pop off. Alrighty, the tail light is installed. This thing was very easy to install. It actually came just the bare tail light, and I had to swap everything out from this one because everything was good. And it was a lot cheaper like that. I believe it was $200 just for the bare tail light. If I got a full tail light with the sensor thing, it's about I believe $600 per tail light. So that saved me a good bit here. Alright, so before I continue on with the video on the F-250, I do want to show you guys my new area that me and Alex swapped with. So let's go ahead and check it out. Alright, so here it is. This is my area from now on. Basically, I have the frame machine sitting to the side. It'll be much easier to get in with the car from this side, just straight ahead, and it'll basically go up on the frame machine. It'll be a lot easier. I still am trying to organize a little bit here. I have a couple more things left, but pretty much everything is almost set up, and I think I have enough room to work from here. It kind of gives me less room a little bit, but I personally think Alex needed more room than I did because I never used all of that area, and I'm pretty sure he will. But over here next to the frame machine. Let me get on this side, maybe it'll be a better view. But basically, next to the frame machine, I think I could possibly fit 2 cars side by side, and maybe 2 behind them if I have to, but I don't think I'll ever have that many vehicles in here. But and I do have a lift here next to me. This lift is Alex's. I'll probably just buy it off him, that way he can buy a new one for his side, and that way I have a lift right next to me, and it'll be very convenient, especially when I'm doing some suspension work and then he has to go up on the frame. I can just set it on here, change the suspension, and go back on the frame and just continue working. Alright guys, that's going to be it for today's video. In the next video guys, I will be replacing the airbags. I did say I was going to replace them in this video, but I didn't have time. So in the next video, I'll be replacing all the airbags, and hopefully I can finish up the truck in the next video. So be sure you guys stay tuned. And after this truck, I do have a special build coming, and then after that one, I have another build which is going to be my shop truck, so be sure you guys stay tuned. So with all that being said guys, if you're new to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button, like my videos, share them with your friends, and also follow me on Instagram at Rebuild with Nick. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.